So today we have some MX versus ATV Reflex. This is a new compound, a custom STEWART compound made by Nick DeLeon, and it is awesome. He said that he had been basically waiting and saving to recreate it as accurate as possible, and from what I can tell, he's done a really good job. Here at the beginning, you're just going to see some really fat, sick whips. A lot of people always ask, you need to whip more. You need to whip more. Here's some of them whips. But there's two freestyle ramps here that you can hit. And on both of them, you can just throw some really big whips. So I actually probably did that about half the time because it was just really fun to hit those and mess around. So yes, this is the James Stewart compound, and it is awesome. So here we are switching on over into the motocross track, and by far, and that's not to say that the supercross tracks aren't good, because the supercross tracks are really good, but the motocross track here is it's awesome. It's so much fun, and it's really challenging. And this first lap here, we do okay, but we do mess up, enough times, but it's a really rough track. It's a really tough track to get a really good lap on. I mean, there's guys that could do it easily, but for me, this was pretty okay. Here we really mess this up really bad, but when we come back around, we hit this section way better. You can actually double all the way through that really smooth. There, yeah. After this, there is another section here that we get through a lot better the next time. Here, we kind of double through it, but then you have that single out. You actually can triple in, which is way better. And then this section here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to point this out. This jump is really flat, and it kind of freaks me out because out of the entire compound, that reminded me of, I have a local track close to where I live that I haven't been at in a while, but there was a jump really similar to that. It was actually probably smaller, but it was very similar. It was really flat. Like, the way they built it was just really weird, and they had just did it. And it's the only time I've owned. I had a 2006, I believe. I bought it brand new, but it was a year after. RMZ 450, and it's the only Suzuki I've ever had. I wasn't a huge fan of that bike, but yeah, my dad and I went to go practice there on a Sunday because I think there might have been a race there the next weekend. I hadn't been at that track for a while, so I wanted to make sure, see what if they had changed anything. Usually they didn't change much, but they had built the jump basically just like that. And I went over it a few times. It was weird, but no big deal. I'd say probably after an hour or two we had been there, hit that same jump, and I don't know what happened. It was just really weird, but I cased it. No big deal. It was a really small jump, nothing. But when I cased it, it threw me up over the handlebars. No big deal. When I came down, I landed on my feet, like, perfectly. And apparently a little bit weird on my left leg, and it just broke my femur. So, yeah, that just brought back some really bad memories when I saw that. But just a little story for you. I know some guys, I don't know who's watching or how long you've been here, but I get asked a lot, do you ride in real life? So yes, I do. Not near as much as I used to, but yes, we still try to as much as possible. So here's that section. We actually get through this just right. It works so good when it does work. Very smooth. And then the other section I was talking about, you can triple in and then double all the way through, I believe, which gives you a much better timing. The other thing I kind of want to mention about the motocross track here is that it's really rough. There's a bunch of different line choices. Yeah, there we go. We get the triple. There's a bunch of different line choice. There's a bunch of different line choices. And oh, hold on, you can see screensaver. A lot of the jumps feel really little. Like it's really easy to overjump them. I mean, you can throw a scrub in there, and that does help, but it's still really easy to overjump almost everything on the motocross track. But he does give you inside lines for almost everything, and I would highly recommend. I mean, the inside's usually faster anyways, but here it definitely feels faster because it's not as easy to overjump everything if you take the inside. So I definitely, if you do play it, it feels like it's for sure built for taking the inside. And this is the first Supercross track. You've already seen some kind of rambling on about the motocross track. This one was easier, like way easier for me to learn and to kind of learn and figure out. But there are, I don't know if I show you, but there are a few different lines that you can hit here. If I don't, well, go download it. Go give them a download and go try it out. Also, if you are wondering how you get these, I feel like maybe not everybody knows it, but if you're on console, no, you can't play these. You have to have PC, and I would suggest going to Darkslides19, his website. He has basically all the content from Reflex Central over there. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can still get things from Reflex Central. I don't anymore, but I don't believe you can make a account over there anymore. So yeah, go to Darkslides19's website. That's where you're gonna find the content, and you'll find this track too. So yes, that is how you do it. And again, no, you cannot get these if you are on console. I'm sorry, I feel for you, I really do, but by PC, it doesn't take much of a PC to play Reflex, and you can start playing custom tracks. So here is the second Supercross track, which was way harder. First lap here, I mean, we got through that rhythm section right away, pretty decent. But I actually get through everything better, I believe, on the second lap. We do hit everything better. And this, I mean, the Supercross tracks were kind of the same as the motocross track, where it was really easy to overjump a lot of stuff. But again, I mean, if you were to scrub it or try to grab an inside line, it wouldn't be as bad. And then I also want to mention the whoop sections, because I feel like, for me, if you didn't tell me who made this track, I really feel like I could tell by the whoops. I feel like Nick has a very specific way of doing whoops. Like, they're usually fairly close together, but they're usually really deep, really tall. And so if you mess up, it's really hard to get going again. And I mean, if you get on top of them, it's not so bad, but it's just really easy to mess up. They're really difficult sometimes. So yes, I feel like that's kind of like his calling card, at least for me. That's how I know it's Nick de Leon track. So I didn't mention it, but you'll see it again here, where we hit the triple quad. You carry a bunch of speed into that corner, and it is really hard because that's a really tight 90-degree corner. It's really hard to get that next rhythm section down. I'm pretty sure we messed it up that last lap. I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm pretty sure we do get it right this lap, and that's kind of the reason why I put it in here, because you can do it. And that's coming from a very casual Reflex player. So if you're really good, I'm sure it's easy for you, but if you're kind of like me, it's hard. And then that inside, I don't know, it just never really worked for me. I couldn't really do it. So did we get it here? So we kind of case a little bit. And then I'm pretty sure we hit this just right. I'm pretty sure you could quad over that table and then have a double into the corner. But we messed it up. So, or actually, I think I let off a little bit because I felt like you were supposed to do it that way. But in retrospect, I'm pretty sure that you can clear out that table. So yeah, give it a download, guys. This is awesome. I mean, this is awesome. The environment's awesome. The sky is really good. Everything about it, it feels really good. It feels like you're at the STEWART compound. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really means a lot. And until the next video. take it easy.